Hi, Reverend Dominic here again. As we continue our walk through Holy Week, thanks for joining in again. This is a really crucial week, of course, Holy Week, one of the most important times in the Christian faith. And we're looking at the meaning of each day of Holy Week. And today is Holy Thursday. And if you didn't get a chance to see where we are with the previous days, you can go back and check out the previous two postings, which gives a summary there of Holy Sunday, which is Palm Sunday, of course, when Jesus makes this triumphal entry into Jerusalem. We remember that on Sunday. And then on Monday, we remember Jesus overturning the tables of the money changers in the temple courtyard. On Holy Tuesday, with Jesus debating with the religious leaders about the authority of his own ministry. On that day, we also remember Judas making the decision to betray Jesus, and also Jesus' discourse on the Mount of Olives. Then yesterday, Holy Wednesday, has Jesus and his disciples staying where they are in Bethany, and Jesus praying and preparing for what is to come in a spirit of contemplation. So every day, each day of this week, gives us something to contemplate ourselves and something to emulate, some new avenue for connecting with Christ on his journey to the cross and the crucifixion, and of course following the resurrection as well. And today's no different with that. Today is Holy Thursday, sometimes called Maundy Thursday. Maundy is an old Anglo-French word based on the Latin word mandatum, which means commandment. And it refers to Jesus giving his disciples a new commandment, that they love one another as he has loved them. That's the new commandment of Maundy Thursday. Holy Thursday, or Maundy Thursday, is the day when we remember two important events. The first is the Last Supper. This was the last time that Jesus would share time with all of his disciples in one place for the Passover meal. And it was at this meal that Judas made his exit to betray Jesus, and Jesus, more importantly, broke the bread and poured the wine for the first sacrament of Holy Communion. When we celebrate Holy Communion, we remember that Last Supper, and we feel ourselves to be in that upper room where he celebrated that meal. And through that meal, he shared his spiritual self with us through the physical elements of the bread and the wine. And it's a very tangible way of saying that he's part of us, forever part of us, in a physical way. He's part of us, will never abandon us, will never leave us, always with us. And that's represented through that important sacrament of Holy Communion. The other event that we remember on this day is when Jesus washed the feet of his disciples. This was a surprising, almost unthinkable act on his part, when Jesus took a basin of water and a towel and went around and washed the feet of each of his disciples and dried their feet with the towel. This was something that only a lowly servant would do, and that was just the point. They were to go and do likewise. They were to practice servant leadership, because the last will be first and the first will be last. It was a very dramatic way of demonstrating that in the kingdom of God, the roles are reversed, and God has a preferential option for the lowest of society. And it's from that place that we can best demonstrate humility and compassion. So the events of today, Holy Thursday, Maundy Thursday, they call us to an intimacy with Christ and his care for us in the sharing of the Last Supper. And it calls us also to be his presence in the world in the opposite way that we might imagine, by being servants of others, by serving other people. So Maundy Thursday is often remembered in worship by celebrating the sacrament of Holy Communion, and some churches even have a foot washing ceremony as part of this. And another element of the liturgy for Maundy Thursday is tenebrae, which is another Latin word that means darkness or shadows. And when tenebrae is practiced in a liturgy, it's when lights, usually candle lights, are progressively extinguished as scriptures are read through the worship service to represent the gathering darkness around Christ as he is abandoned on his way to the crucifixion. So each of these events on Maundy, Thursday sets the stage for the darkest day in the life of Jesus Christ, which is, of course, Good Friday and the crucifixion. More about that tomorrow. For now, I do wish you all the best.